So you've got some old coax cable, but you want to add new coax cable. Can you do that? Absolutely. Hello, Augies Worldwide. I'm Dave Casler, amateur radio call sign KE0OG, here with another episode of Ask Dave. And today's question comes from Dave Hobbs, WA6LOL. And he says, if velocity factor in coax, that's how fast the radio waves can move through the coax. Radio waves will travel at the speed of light in a vacuum, which is very nearly the speed of light in air. But when they get into electrical things, they slow down. And the reason for this is the capacitance and inductance that's in those cables. They'll cause the wavefront to slow down. A velocity factor for a coax cable can run like 0.66 or 2/3 the velocity of light through old RG8 cable, or it can be as high as about 0.88 or 0.9 in some of the newer cables. Okay, it changes. Each cable is slightly different. Plus, if you get a couple batches of the same kind of cable, but different batches, they could have slightly different velocity factors. You can measure velocity factor with nano VNA. Will measure the velocity factor. You measure the physical length, it will give you the electrical length. You divide the physical length by the electrical length in meters, and you'll get the velocity factor, usually in meters. Now, if velocity factor in coax is the speed stuff travels through it, yes. And I hear on the forums that you can mix coax with different velocity factors in a feed line run without problems. True. How can this be? Seems like it would be like having people going different speeds in a single lane on the freeway. It wouldn't work for long. Well, let me show you how it works. Let's take a couple cables. Here's a cable with a 0.66 velocity factor, and this is connected via a barrel connector to another piece of cable with a 0.88 velocity factor, VF. Okay, and you put the signal in here. This goes faster in this, so let's call this the freeway with the multiple lanes. This goes slower, so we'll call this like a dirt road, okay? All the traffic runs through the same obstacle course. So everybody has to slow down here, and then they can speed up here all together, okay? So they go through this one at a time. It's not like they're in parallel. If you had two pieces of cable of equal length with widely differing velocity factors, you connected them together here and connected them together here, you would have a crash right there. Okay, if this is 66 and this is 88%, okay, because the signals will arrive at different times. By the way, gets you into how you create phasing cables, but be that as it may, that's the way it works. Can you connect them in series? Absolutely you can. If they have the same impedance, which in ham radio is usually 50 ohms. Now 50 ohms is the so-called characteristic impedance, and this is the ratio of the voltage, RMS, over the current, RMS. The root means square. Or you can do it peak, or you can do it peak to peak. As long as you do both the same way, that will give you the characteristic impedance. This is the ratio of the voltage to the current at RF. Okay, now if you measure this with an ohm meter, you're not going to get impedance, but you can measure the impedance with like a nano VNA or something like that. It is designed to work at RF. So there you go. I think that's the answer to your question. If you've got a cable whose velocity factor is about 0.66, or you have an opportunity to get some, I would suggest maybe you look at a little newer coax. Most of the old stuff is RG8, sometimes called RG8U. And it's an old cable, World War II vintage design, okay? Hasn't been changed since then. It's no longer a mil-spec cable. RG213 is, but I like RG8X anyway. It's smaller and does really well. We are running a special right now. If you become a patron of this channel, so go to patreon.com/KE0OG and sign up as a $2, $5, $10, $20 patron, whatever you want. We will send you the first month a thank you of a $2 bill, US bill, and that is real, live, legitimate currency. I went down to the bank and exchanged $20 for 10 of these. I can keep doing that as long as you guys want, and you'll get one of these. Also, if you go up a level on Patreon, or you go up a level on PayPal. Either way, we'll do it. And large tips over $50, which is a one-time thing, we'll get you one of these too. Make sure you include your call sign in there somewhere. Now, on PayPal, you can put in your address. That's great for us. We just mail it to that address. But on Patreon, make sure you somehow shoehorn your call sign in. So on your last name, put your last name, space, and then your call sign. And then that way we can find you on QRZ and get this to you. And we appreciate the support. We really do. It takes money to keep one of these channels going, and we get the money from patrons, super comments. If you join a channel membership at a level above $2 a month, we'll get you one of those too. Make sure you shoehorn your call sign in there somewhere. So there you have it. Until we next meet, 73.